Well, hello and great day to each and every one of you. It's good to be back with each of you, back in this battle for correction and redirection. Whatever you do, don't forget, this channel is all about correction and redirection. Now, I know there are some things that are discussed on this channel that aren't very popular with different segments of society. No matter what race, ethnicity, gender, or your beliefs. There are some things that are going to be discussed on this channel that aren't going to be what everyone wants to hear. We know that there are a lot of segments of society that hate to look in the mirror because they hate what they actually see. Now, before we get started, why don't you go ahead, hit all of those buttons for me. It helps the channel grow. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and share this video with someone? It might just help them along the way. Well, let's go ahead and get right into the battle for today. Yes, this battle is all about correction and redirection. And what we're going to talk about today, what we're going to discuss, is something that has been discussed all over social media. It's the whole matter with Carnival Cruises. Now, I know there's a certain segment of society that want to say skip Carnival Cruise. Hey, I don't need to give them my money. For some strange reason, that segment of society seemed to think that Carnival Cruises will go broke without their little change. And the reason I say little change is because it took a lot of those pennies and dimes and nickels to equal up to what one used, let's say, past ticket used to cost. Now, let's go ahead and be real about this. You get what you pay for. And if we all, hey, be truthful with ourselves, we know that life in this country, the United States of America, revolves a great deal around economics. Now, whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth. There are certain parts in this country, and it's nothing to do with just race, but everything to do with economics, where most people, if they had a choice, would choose to completely divest from, completely stay away from. And those would be lower income areas in this country. Now, Carnival Cruises had dropped their ticket price to accommodate a lot of people who otherwise had no chance of going on a cruise. And certain people from that segment of society, unfortunately, haven't had the opportunity to actually experience the better things in life. So they actually, sad to say, they were actually out of the element. They thought they can bring that element from those lower income sections of society to what used to be a more upper middle class, higher class segment of society. And I hate to say it, we know that certain segments of society feel that the entire society should accept their way of living, their way of being. Like they say, accept the culture as it is. Well, guess what? That's not true. And that's not going to happen. And let's be honest, it's not all about race. Although a lot of people want to pull out the race card, it's not all about race. And let's go ahead and pull the scales away. There are a lot of African Americans who despise that segment of society within the African American, or as we want to say, the black culture. There are a lot of African Americans who do their best to get away from that. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's no such thing as, hey, you can't hide who you are. It's not a matter of hiding who you are. It's actually being true to yourself. It's actually being true to yourself. And it's that simple. Just because the pigmentation in your skin is one way doesn't mean you have to accept and enjoy all the worst of that segment of society. Now, I know there are a lot of people saying, hey, you know what? We're actually going to fight against Carnival Cruise. We're not going to spend any more money on Carnival Cruise. Well, guess what? There's a larger, much larger segment of the African American community that's actually happy. Individuals who now can go on those cruises without being embarrassed. You know, those individuals who see ratchet living as they go about their daily lives, and all they can do is drop their head. Drop their head because they're embarrassed. Because they know there's a huge part of society that looks at them as though they can actually correct that. There's a huge portion of society that wants to put the entire race in that box. And we all know that is far from the truth. That is far from reality. So, let's be real. Now, we know a lot of celebrities have spoken on this matter. But I'm coming to you today from just an average African American perspective. I'm not some celebrity who's saying a lot of this and a lot of that, and we all know that, hey, although a lot of those celebrities in the African American community are great people, but chances of any of you all meeting those individuals on these cruises are slim and none. So, from my perspective, just an average African American, black, whatever you want to call it, American African male, hey, I'm glad. I'm glad that Carnival Cruises are actually beginning to say, you know what? This is it. This is where we draw the line. We're going to stop this ratchetness right now. We're not going to actually let our business be destroyed by a segment of society that is good at doing one thing: destroying itself. That segment of society isn't good at building much of anything. And the individuals who come from that segment of society who are great at building, those individuals usually end up getting as far away from that segment of society as possible. So hey, guess what? It's a great business decision, and I'm glad. So until next time, warriors, keep battling for correction and redirection. Well, there's no reason to start the board, no reason to make a move at all. Let's sit back and see what you do.